Hey y'all, welcome back. I hope y'all all are having a great day. How are all my beautiful friends doing? Today's video, I said that I was going to have a solved case, but I'm going to push that to Friday. I really want to share awareness for this case because she could still be very much alive. Actually, investigators believe that she still is alive. And this case did get national coverage. She was on Dr. Phil, on the media, everything. But it's been a while since I've heard anything about this. And the only reason actually why I even remembered this case was because one of y'all, Sweet Taylor, ended up sending me a message and wanted me to talk about it. So thank you, Taylor, for sending that in. I definitely wanted to talk about this. This is why I do these missing people cases, is because we are in a world where human trafficking is through the roof. And this pandemic made it worse, but this was before the pandemic. But a lot of these missing people can still be alive and out there and just miserable right now. So I just want to spread awareness as much as I can for those people. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, her name is Corinna Slusser. She was 18 years old when she went missing in September of 2017. She ended up meeting a pimp and he convinced her to move to New York City. By the way, hi, my name is Mallory, in case you are new here, and welcome to Crime Time with Mal. I really hope that you like what you see and decide to subscribe and join this beautiful growing family I have over here. They're some of the nicest people I've ever met. I'm not even joking. So yeah, I would love to have you subscribe, and let's just go ahead and get into it. Corinna Slusser was born October 6, 1998 in the small town of Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. She lived with her mom, Sabina, and her brother, Justin. Sabina is a single mom, but her kids were extremely happy. They were in a lot of activities, and Corinna was in cheerleading, and she also ran track. She had a huge passion for makeup and actually ended up wanting to further that passion and go to school for it. As a matter of fact, a lot of Corinna's friends wanted them to do her hair and makeup before they went out. And when Corinna turned 18, she, I feel like when you're 18, but you're still under your parents' roof, it's a fine line. My dad used to always say to me, this is not a hotel. Yeah, I get it. But her and her mom butt heads quite frequently because Corinna just wanted to do whatever she wanted. And Sabina's like, no, this is my house, my rules. You need to follow them and be respectful. And in January of 2017, Corinna wanted to move in with her aunt, but her aunt had a lot of things going on and she did not think that now was the greatest time because she did not believe that she could handle a teenager. And I really hope that her aunt does not hold that against her and gives herself some grace. Nobody can tell the future. You don't know what is going to happen. And a few months later, in March of 2017, Corinna was hospitalized for trying to take her own life. Luckily, the hospital was able to save her. I believe she ended up taking like 50 or 60 Advil, but luckily it did not work. And it was at that hospital where Corinna met this man. Now, Corinna and this man talked for a few months, and in August of 2017, this man ended up talking her, I think his name is Yavani, but this man ended up talking her into moving to New York City. He said, I can give you a place to live. I'm sure he told her money's not an issue. I can get you some money and get you a job. You're going to be in a big city. He just sold it up to her. And Corinna was in a very vulnerable state, obviously, with her hospital stay and being young and wanting to be free, not really recognizing any of like the red flags that people can give you. So I really encourage you to talk to your children about sex trafficking and all the red flags. But eventually Corinna ended up actually getting in trouble for underage drinking, and her mom were arguing a lot again. So in August of 2017, Corinna ended up taking up Yvonne's offer and moved to New York City. She moved with just her phone and her ID. She left her makeup, her personal belongings, extra clothes, all of that at home and just took off. But she still kept in contact with her friends and family on an almost daily basis. And just a few weeks after being in New York City, on August 25th, 2017, Corinna calls the cops. Yvonne, who is 32 years old, stole $300 of Corinna's when she was in the shower.
Harlem Vista Hotel.
And on August 28th, 2017, Corinna ended up confronting Yvonne about the $300. He got pissed and ended up grabbing her by the throat and throwing her up against the wall, making it hard for Corinna to breathe. And when the cops came out, she ended up telling them what happened, and Yvonne was arrested. He was charged with strangulation and criminal obstruction of breathing. Temporary protection order was put out against Yvonne, and a copy of this TPO was actually sent to Sabina's house. And this is how Sabina ended up knowing about it. She got really worried, ended up calling Corinna, asking her, like, what's going on? What is this? What happened? Are you okay? And Corinna just ended up, like, brushing it off. Like, it's no big deal. He's in jail. Everything's fine. And honestly, her family did not know what to think at this time. Like, this TPO says that she was strangled, and Corinna's just brushing it off like it's no big deal. And that's exactly what she told her mom. Like, you're making a big deal out of this. It's nothing. Then in early September of 2017, Corinna ends up meeting another pimp named Ishi. Now at this time, Ishi is taking Corinna like under his wing and posting ads of her online. And Ishi also had another girl that he was pimping out named Jessica. Now he would also post ads with Jessica, and he would put all three of their phone numbers on these ads for these people to contact him. On September 7th, 2017, Corinna tweets out a picture of this apartment. Now, this apartment is 1 bedroom, 1 bath in the Bronx. It's $750. And her mom was just thinking, there is no way that she can afford this. She doesn't even have a job, from what her mom knew. But Corinna seemed happy. She was living in the Bronx. She had her own apartment. And there was really nothing that anybody could do, like her family, because she was an adult. And this was Corinna's last social media post on September 10th, 2017. And this to me does not look like Corinna. And a lot of people I've seen online saying that it is Corinna. Some said that it's a man. I don't know. But this was the last post that she made. Beginning of September, Corinna's grandpa ended up dying, and he lived in Florida. She really wanted to make it out there for his memorial, and called her mom and said that she wants to come home, that she doesn't like it where she's staying. It's very ghetto, and she just wasn't happy. But Corinna said that her license and social security card were stolen. Corinna was going to go visit, but because she had no ID or social security card, she couldn't get a flight out there. And thinking about this and knowing this story, I'm really wondering if this pimp stole those things from her so she could not go anywhere. Like, she would be trapped. So Jessica the other girl ends up being a little bit jealous of Corinna and Ishi's relationship. So he takes her to Haven Motel. Now, Haven Motel is known for renting rooms by the hour and girls selling themselves, lots of traffic. Now, shortly after this, on September 20th, Corinna is spotted by somebody and says that they were at the Haven Motel with Ishi and another unidentified male. And actually, a room was booked that night where I think both of the guys ended up staying the night with her. And in the time frame of September 10th to September 20th, Ishi and Corinna ended up sending over 800 text messages between the two of them. September 26th is when this memorial was for her grandfather, and when Corinna did not show up, because that's what her mom thought, she was going to show up, and that did not happen, she ended up putting a missing persons report out for Corinna. Now at this time, the investigators are telling Corinna's family, Sabina and the aunt and everything, not to say anything about her disappearance or talk about anything that is happening because it might alert her captors and move her to a different state. And in my personal opinion, I do not think that she is in New York City anymore. I don't even know if she is in the States. She could be in Mexico or God knows where. So this is why this video is so important. On October 6th, Corinna turns 19 and she misses her birthday. And in November of 2018, a nonprofit group by the name of Phantom Rescue ends up starting their own private investigation into Corinna's disappearance. And they end up offering $10,000 for Corinna's safe return. Now, Ishi, the second pimp that she was with, ends up getting arrested in October of 2018 for sex trafficking Corinna and Jessica. Now, I say Jessica because I don't know if that's actually her real name. And around that same time, he ends up posting a picture on his Instagram of him, Corinna, and Jessica. Now, if you can see in this picture, her hair is green. The bottom of it is green, which that is an old picture, her mom says, because I'll show another picture of Corinna with that green hair. That was in August. So I think that picture was like right when she got to New York City. Now, Jessica ends up being interviewed by the police department, but she denies everything. She says that Ishi has done no wrong and that she wasn't being sold for sex. And Jessica and other girls ended up going on social media and saying that Jessica left and sticking up for this man. And on November 26, 2019, and Ishi ends up getting sentenced to 15 years in prison for his role in rings. And during his sentencing, Sabina is begging Ishi to let her know what he did with Corinna. But Ishi just blurts out he knows nothing and he never even passed Corinna along to anybody else. He was also charged with sex trafficking a minor and a mentally disabled woman with the IQ of a third grader. Y'all, this just makes my stomach turn. He was going to face a life sentence in prison, but because a mental evaluation came back that he has bipolar and schizophrenia, they reduced his sentence to 15 years. Corinna is 5 feet 6 inches, weighing about 140 pounds. She has blonde hair, but she has also had brown and the ends were green, so her hair could have changed between now and then. And she has blue eyes. Now, Corinna has a very, very distinguishable tattoo. It runs from here all the way down to almost her stomach, I would say. If you have any information about Corinna, or if you saw this tattoo, because no matter what she looks like, that tattoo is there. That tattoo is very unique, and I feel like a lot of people would recognize her just off that tattoo alone. Please call 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you can go online at tips.fbi.gov. Now, a little bit of some facts. There are roughly 4.5 million victims of sex trafficking. This is modern day slavery, y'all. This is heartbreaking and disgusting, and I urge you to talk to your children, boy or girl, because it does not matter, honestly. Now, typically these victims are taken to brothels, strip clubs, hotels, escort services, massage parlors, or even on the streets, or being forced to do adult entertainment videos. And when the US Craigslist, remember Craigslist, when they had their adult section, there were 10,000 to 16,000 postings a day for adult services in the US alone. Now, like I said, with Corinna being young and in a very vulnerable state with her hospital stay, because these people coerce their victims physically and emotionally so that they will trust them and build that relationship with them when they are in such a vulnerable state. They usually offer them money, freedom, everything that they don't have and that they're yearning for. But instead, they get introduced into this world of slavery, and they often get them addicted to narcotics, They will withhold money from them. And that's why I say I really do think one of her pimps stole her social and her ID so that she had nowhere to go. You can't go anywhere or on a plane if you don't have an ID or a social security card. It's just another control mechanism that these people use. Now, my 13-year-old daughter is constantly saying that I don't give her privacy. I do give her privacy. I do trust her to a certain extent. Your kids are not going to tell you everything. They will lie to you. I hate to break it to you, but it is your duty as a parent to check their social media, to check their Snapchat, to check their Instagram messages, Facebook messages, whatever they have. My daughter does not have any of that because of this reason. I have caught my daughter talking to a girl, but they never would answer their call. I tried video calling them, they wouldn't. I tried calling them, they wouldn't. And they would ask me why I'm being so weird. I literally felt a pit in my stomach, and she lost all privileges because of that. And yes, I did sit her down, 13 or not, and talk to her about this very thing because it is so real and so in our faces every day. You don't know, y'all. You just don't know. And I would rather be safe than sorry. But that is it for today's video. Please share this video wherever you can, and keep talking about Corinna. Keep putting... My Alexa keeps going off. But keep talking about Corinna. Keep spreading awareness. Put her face out there wherever you can. Because the only way now I feel like she's going to get out of this ring is if officials know where she is and they physically go in there and remove her. Unfortunately. Hopefully I'm wrong. But if you liked this video and you want to help spread awareness and you like my channel, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. It's free, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and I will see you in Friday's video. I hope y'all have a great week and stay safe out there. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you Friday. Bye, y'all.